Okay, let's see if I got this going right. Okay. Here we go. All right. It doesn't look like I have any viewers currently. Aha, Rochelle, hello. Thank you. I am using a new platform blah, blah, today, OBS StreamYard, so it's a different one. And I just want to make sure it's going through. You all hear me, see me good? Good. I can see you guys. Well, I can see your comments. Oh, spiffy lady dancing. Thank you, Rochelle. Hi, Stone Marble. We're just going to be doing some true crime updates, okay? So I'm not going to be taking questions from people unless it's to do with the cases that I've been covering, which is, it's just going to be that if you have a question, try to put it around true crime, preferably the cases I'm covering, but if it's a new one, I can always take it down and put it on my list. So today, and I'm trying it out as a thing to see if we can do like a true crime Thursday, that will be Thursday stream, and then Sundays will be dedicated to, if you have a personal question or whatever. But I wanted to make this one live. Since I do 2 lives, I thought I would like to do that. So I'm just trying it out just to see how it goes. And well, we'll see. I'm glad you guys are on board. That's the main thing. Even if I had one person on board, I'd be like, okay, let's go. So I have got my notepad here, jotting some notes down on the cases that I wanted to look at and the questions that I have. Hi, Geeky Heart. And I want to say hello to Rhonda and May and, of course, Rochelle. Greet her, TK, if she's still here. Shield Maiden, hello. Wanted to make sure I'm saying hi to you guys as you're coming in, and thank you for joining me. Yes, this is on anything true crime, the question-wise. You can ask any kind of question, and I can try to read on it. I'll try to. Preferably the cases that I'm covering, but I'm open if there's another case that you have a question about. This is what I'm dedicating this Thursday to be about for, its own dedicated day for true crime. Hi, Geeky Heart. And you guys all saying hello to each other. That's so nice. So this is going to be on anything true crime, but I'm going to just use the cases that I have been covering as kind of the kicking off point, at least to have some guidance or direction. And then if people have a case that they don't think I've covered or they've got some questions about, I can try and look at it. Okay, so that's what is on board for today. And again, I want to thank you guys for joining me. I am honored because you never know. True crime can be, you have to kind of have a little more of a cast iron nature to you in some respects to deal with it. But, well, and also empathy at the same time. So it's a fine balance for empaths. And I'm sure that many of you who are here know that yourself, because I tend to think that you're drawn to it much the same way as I am. You can feel it, or you pick up on things and you kind of go, what? So, oh, here's another little note I want to share with you guys. For Halloween, I'm going to be doing tarot readings on, like, you know how everyone's said the Ouija boards are not a good idea, and they're really not, okay? But I want to see what the tarot has to say about it. So that's going to be a Halloween reading, and then I'm going to put I'm going to put the pendulum to the cards and see what the cards have to say about pendulum rings. I'm just curious. So those are some ideas I want to throw out there for Halloween readings this year, because this is my favorite time of year. Hi, Gina M. Hi, Black Butterfly. So, also, I've been requested to cover the Walker County Jane Doe, just to throw cards on her. So I'm going to do that, because that's one I have not done yet. Now that could be a deep dive, though. The first ones that I was thinking about for today, just to kick off question-wise with myself until somebody else says something, unless you're just cool with going with what I'm going to ask. And if something comes up to you later, that's fine. Just, put it in the comments. Anyway, I thought about I would look at Brian Laundrie, of course, and if he'd be just, touching in to see if we see him getting captured in the near future, kind of see if we can get a little timeline. Maybe, why not? May not, though, but what the hey. And of course, there's a question that I just want some clarity on, to do with Jelani Day's case, and that's to look at the suspect that I have as somebody that is working at that campus in the capacity, I think, of a teacher. And so I just kind of want to see if I can get anything more or not. So these are some things I'm going to be throwing cards on just to kick it off with, okay? And then if everyone's still kind of like, yeah, what else? Then I'll just throw some cards down on Walker County Jane Doe, which is a very interesting case, and just to see what we would get. He needs to be caught. It's really cheesing me off, you guys. That's our taxpayer money that this family just, it's so selfish, so messed up, and he's sick. You know what? He does not need to be out there. This is, if they care about him, this is not the right way. Really messed up. That, which leads me to share with you the notes that I took on some prelims before the live, to do with Brian Laundrie. One of the questions I asked was, had he grabbed her by the throat on a regular basis, or was this entirely something new, or was this something that he was building up toward? And I got this was actually something he'd been doing, and this was kind of a private, this wasn't widely known, because I got the High Priestess. Who's that guy sitting behind you? There's no guy. Okay. Now, gotta take care of something. Hi, Ron. I think we had a troll, so I had to put them in troll jail. So anyhow, oh, and they took me off my roll. I think Stone Marble says, I think he will be caught, but he will be gone. Why else would Dad be helping now? I think Dad's helping to throw, definitely we get the throw the direction here. I got cards that show that there would be doing that, which would be to try to confuse people, and throw red herrings, I got that a lot, and I've gotten that a lot with this case. Now, oh yeah, so I picked up that he had been doing this, and I think maybe more as of late, as they were on this trip together. Let's see what else. Let me look at my other notes here. And I'm getting that, like, when he did it, and I mean, you kind of say no, no kidding, but that it would just stun her. It was because the card I got was the Three of Swords, and the woman on the Haunted House Tarot is like taken by surprise, and she's being stabbed basically through the heart with a stake. I know that's the nature of the backstory on the deck, but it just made me feel like he would do this to take her by surprise before. So that came up, and I feel like it was building up, and then I think he snapped. One of the questions what I want to ask is, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I am bouncing, and I'm on my bed, and I'm trying to be more careful. Sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know. I don't want to make you guys seasick. So, let me see here. Yeah, and oh, he also got, along with that High Priestess, the thing about them being hidden, the activity of him grabbing her by the throat. I'm shown that also the card of restraint, which is the Eight of Swords. So this was something that I think he was doing more as of late while they were traveling. And the feeling that I got too from what he would do would just, she totally, I think, pin her down. There was just the feeling that total restraint. She was not able to move. He may have been using his body just to like press hers, in a restrained manner. And I get that this was, again, High Priestess. This was something in secret. Also, I was shown that this began in, and I've got a reading that I've done before where it indicated it began in the van. And I get that it happened in the van, the strangling aspect. Okay. Don't want to go into any more salacious like stuff, but that is, I think, important that I picked up. Also, what I got, you guys, in regard to Brian Laundrie's mother is I feel that she knows that he told her what he had done, because I was given the card I always get for her, which is this Queen of Swords, and I got the cards of death and what I related to as being Gabby. So sorry, thank you for letting me know, Sarah H, because I tend to gesticulate quite a bit, and I forget that, and I don't look at the monitor, and it's like and I don't want to do that to you guys. So the mom is very involved, as you guys well understand. Also, his dad is getting, I think, more involved, and I think his dad was initially, from what I got with the cards, very angry, but he told his mother first. I believe he contacted his mother electronically somehow, either text or I don't know, in some phone call maybe. Hi Sharon, I'm glad you're here. And I said hi Ron, didn't I? I'm trying to multitask here. So I think then that I got cards of temperance in connection with her. So I feel like she gave him kind of the signal to say, come back and we'll try to fix this. Something like that. Yes, I am talking about Brian Laundrie. I'm just recapping on notes of readings that I just took prior to the readings that I just did prior to starting the live. So, yes, please, thumbs up if you would. If you're enjoying my content, that really helps out my channel. So what I'm going to ask now is, is he going to be captured in the near future? And the near future, well, the universe's idea of what the near future is and ours can be a little bit different. And hello, Aries Rainbow Child. I didn't say hello. So we're going to take a look. want to thank all of you guys who are here. Thank you so much. So we're going to take a look and see if we can. We may not, but it's always worth a try, right? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I just want to make sure I give these cards a darn good shuffle. Will he be captured in the near future? And I ask the Most High, I ask my ancestors, my spiritual mentors, to please help me, because I am a flawed vessel. And to read accurately as best I can. Will Brian Laundrie be caught in the near future? Because boy, this has gone on long enough. Okay, let's take a look and see what I get. I get the 10 of Cups. It's kind of a yes card. Oh my God! And I got the King of Cups. That's his card. Okay. And this is also a nod to his family. It's a family card. So I'm thinking that if I were just going to stop and say, you know, is this going to be like a yes, no, I could stop right there and say I would be confident that that looks like a yes, because we get a very positive, powerful card, the 10 of Cups, and a card that is used to indicate him, because he is a Scorpio, he is a water sign, so he is a king and a knight sometimes of cups, because he is rather young. Oh, Bear's talking. Bear, you want to come on camera? Meow. All right, let me just, we get the 8 of Pentacles. So this is a skill. It's talking about skill. One more, let's see. Oh, we get the 10 of Swords. This is going to end soon. You know, his skills might end up running just a bit short. With that 8 of Pentacles and that 10. And he has the 10 on the other side of him as well, the 10 of Cups. Oh, thank you. I thank you, Tiba Ross. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Doris Smith. I'm so glad you did. She was so interesting to read on, Josephine. Yeah, you can hear Bear. She's perched on a cardboard box, and she just loves, you know, it ends up being quite noisy. I've got to tell you all that I just want to make sure that he's not going to try to exit, you know what I mean? Because I'm concerned there with the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. Those are ending cards. This is the King of Swords. I'm getting this, to me, is like law enforcement. And the Ace of Cups. Wow. Something's gonna give here. No kidding, right? But I'm just being made to feel he's going to run out of road, so to speak. Something comes up. I think he's looking, I don't like to say this, but I think he may be looking at ways of how to end this. And I hope he's looking at ways how to end this in a more thoughtful way than a dramatic way. If you know what I mean. I think you all do. Because there's so much emotion tied here. I gotta think for a minute. There is the Page of Cups and the Fool. And I got a lot of Ace of Cups, Page of Cups, the Fool. This could be him. I really hope it's him turning himself in. I don't think he will want to do that. I think he will make them come and get him. I mean, that's what he's done so far. And with this law card, or a card that I take for law enforcement, potentially as the King of Swords, I feel like they know where he is. And he's looking at maybe a way of how to end this. And I get the Page of Cups and the Fool. So he's taking a risk, he's taking a gamble with that. And here he is with the Abandonment card, or the Running card. Got to see what comes up after that, because this, this has been him on the run. Sorry, don't mean to shake the card and you can't see it. So, let's see what this is good. Oh, and we get the Devil. I'm not liking it at all. It could also mean that it's finally just been too much on him. Three of Swords, heartbreak. And the Queen of Cups. That's Gabby. He betrayed her. Yeah, we know that. We get the Empress card and the Three, and his mother and the other people in his family that have helped, his mother and his father, and I think their attorney to some degree. And we're just showing, I don't think he's quite made up his mind, to tell you the truth, with what I'm getting. I think he's trying to plan for what he will do if he gets backed into a corner. And I think that that's coming up, that he will be in a corner pretty soon. Now, let's just see. That was weird, because that was like, it's going to happen when it's meant to happen, is also the message I'm being given. It's on course to happen, but he's still as to decide for himself as whether he's going to allow them to take him in, make him work for it, but not take his own life. I don't know. I think it's up in the air with what he's going to choose. Okay. So just want to check in at the chat, see how you all doing. You all seem fine. That's good. All right. Okay, so should I go ahead and go on and move on to Jelani Day, you guys? Give me a thumbs up in the you can give me a thumbs up, of course, for the video, but also in the comments section. Mercury retrograde, that's right, and it's till about the 20th, I believe, of October, because I was looking, because the 25th, the 27th, the 31st is not only the 31st, not only Halloween, but it's my husband's birthday. So, and our anniversary, and then my oldest one's birthday. So it gets crazy. So I'm just glad to see that all our stuff is after a good few days after it's done. What state is Brian in? J Cat Lady, I see your question. I wish that this one thing here would allow me to put your question up. I probably can do it. I'll just have to figure this platform out better. Thanks, guys. All right. Let's look and see if we can figure out a state. How about we try, why don't we name a state? That would be better. Y'all come up with a state for me to look at. Let's do a quick yes, no. I meant to tell you guys, I got a yes, no coin, which I've used, and it's been pretty good. So, does anyone want to type in a state that I should look at for Brian, because I believe he's on the Appalachian Trail personally, but North Carolina maybe. That's Kitty pawing on the box. You crazy cat. Well, let me just see. Okay, let's try Florida, and we'll look at Texas, South Carolina. That's what I think, just intuitively, cat lady. Okay, we'll look. Okay, how about this? We're gonna look north and south, and then we'll see what we get. And then if it doesn't look like that, then I'll try Texas, and I'll try see what we get. Okay, so I'm gonna go and say, is Brian in North Carolina? Is Brian in North Carolina? Is Brian in North Carolina? Is Brian, I'm going to shuffle these really good. Is Brian in North Carolina? Is Brian in North Carolina? All right. Let's see what we get. Deceit, a card of deceit. The Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. I feel like, no, I don't think he's in North Carolina. No. I think he's out of that area. Let's try south. This card fell out. The Six of Cups. Something nostalgic. Well, the trail, the Appalachian Trail, would be nostalgic. It is connected to his past. Okay, now we're going to try South Carolina. Let's give it a go. Okay, Most High, Creator, Ancestors, is Brian in South Carolina? Is Brian Laundry in South Carolina? Is he in South Carolina? Brian Laundry in South Carolina. South Carolina. Is Brian Laundry in South Carolina? I get the Ace of Pentacles. That to me is like a yes. Oh my goodness. And the Five of Swords. This is the Bully card. This is also the card that feels like futility. I'm going to pull a few more. The Nine of Cups. That's the Wish card. And a Queen of Wands. Action. I think he's there somewhere. Now I'm going to try the coin. You guys, I don't know if you've seen these before, but here is, I'm sorry for the glare. I could take it out of its case, but I'd probably break my fingers trying. When one says no, I don't think you can probably see that very well. The other says yes. Well, suffice it to say, I'll be able to see. Okay, let's go. I think he's in South Carolina personally, but let's just try. Hi, Bright Smiles. Hi, everybody that's coming in. Thank you for joining me. All right, now I'm not looking because I don't want to even like know. I don't know what side the coin is up, so I'm just gonna like be looking away, you guys. Not looking down at it. And I'm just gonna say, get a rhythm going. Is Brian in South Carolina? Is Brian in South Carolina? I got no. But I don't know how much I trust this yet. All right. I tend to think it is. It's just a yes/no coin, and they put like a moon and a sun on the yes side, and it's really cool. There's a kind of a winged skeleton on the back with a no. There's just too much glare for me to show you guys. Do your eyes in. I'll see if I can get a better picture of it and post it. It's pretty neat, and I feel like I get a feeling if I work more with it, I'll get in the groove. I believe that Gabby was last seen. What happened? Was that after the horrible? I think the last time she may have been seen by a member of the public was maybe at that restaurant where he lost his cookies over everything. Try flipping it. Okay. Gonna push the camera back. I'm not made of money, y'all. Alright. I've got it on the no side, so I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna flip it, alright? Alright, is Brian in South Carolina? No! It's still on no. Is Brian in South Carolina? Nah, it doesn't count. Enough with the coin. But anyway, I think he probably is in South Carolina. Let me take a look, though. To be fair, people asked Texas, and what was the other one? Yeah, Tennessee could be possible. I think one of the things I did get about him is that I think he tongue-tied. I think he goes back and forth because I get that Two of Pentacles card for him a lot. So I'm feeling like he orbits places, okay? So, and it's like a shell game. You know when I said the other day, I feel like he's the marble under the cup? I think that he has like maybe 2 or 3 areas that he pops in and around and tries to get around the authorities. I think he keeps very much aware of where they're at, and I believe to the best that he can. I did get that, So let's just see. How about I ask, does Brian move around along the Appalachian Trail around South Carolina and else below? I get that there's something that he might use the waterways, Gina. I think he might have some means of, I don't know, it would seem like a lot to have to lug around, but I don't wonder if he doesn't stash it like a little canoe or a little kayak. I know that sounds a lot, but it's just that I've gotten cards that made me feel like he was somehow able to journey over water, or maybe somebody assists him, maybe he gets a lift. Let's ask how he's moving around. Well, let me just nip that other question. Is he moving around the Appalachian Trail? Let's say the southern end of the Appalachian Trail. The greater southern end. And I think that, it's going to start getting really cold. He's going to want to stay more to the southern end, I think, where it's more temperate. That's a feeling I have. And I'm sorry if you hear my stomach growling. It's a horrible growler. But I wait to eat until after I've had done my readings, because I just get too, I can't. All right. So let's see, is he on the southern end of the Appalachian Trail? Does he move around in there? And then I'll look at what's he using to move around. Does Brian laundry in the southern end area of the Appalachian Trail? oh gosh, I get the Chariot. I think that's a yes. And he's moving around in there. This is some kind of vehicle, some kind of movement. It could be hitching, and it could be, I feel like somebody's giving him a lift here and there. So this is to do with movement and travel, and I do get him in the southern, what I feel like is the southern end of the moving around. Yes, and that's the World card. That's the final card of the tarot. So I think he is in the southern end of the Appalachian Trail, moving around in there, probably between and around states, maybe a couple states, 2 or 3. You guys say that wouldn't be terribly difficult. Not easy, but when you've got those states that are all kind of on the borders. So I think but these cards, they're saying he's in the southern end of that Appalachian Trail, moving around. And we get strength, he's enduring. The sun, but he's going to be exposed. The sun is coming. And so I want you all to see it like this, okay? Because I read 2 cards typically at a time. So here, when I ask, is he in the southern half of the Appalachian Trail? We immediately get the Chariot, and we get the World. That to me is yes, and he's moving around it. Okay? Then the next 2 cards that I drew, Strength and the Sun. Yeah, he's been lucky this far, but I think he's going to get caught. They're gonna see him, they're gonna catch him. He's endured up to this point. But he's got that sun on him. They need to look there. There's the lawman, King of Swords, strategic thinker, probably FBI. My King of Swords is usually FBI type. Yeah, border states, And see, anyways, and look, I believe this is, unless it's the parent's lawyer, I'm seeing getting help. This could either be the law coming in to the area there and looking for him more. Getting help, getting more people, getting the FBI to come in through. On the other hand, it could be Brian asking a father figure, somebody maybe for help. I don't know when his dad's birth date is, but I'm not drawing any Emperor cards right here, so for right now I'm going to tentatively think of this as a lawman card coming after him, or probably getting some assistance. Yeah, this is him trying to, I feel like, keep his ground. And I get a Queen of Wands. This woman is furious. Could also be an aspect, I don't know, maybe that could be Gabby's mom. I'm sure his mother won't be pleased. There's a woman definitely very defensive, and that would make sense if it was his mom. And if she sees on the news, oh hey, helicopters over Brian, we found him. That is something I could well imagine that would fit. And we get the Mother card. We get the Empress and the 9 of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the 9 of Wands. They will catch him. They will catch him. And I see them getting the people, getting the help to go into a certain area, and I think there may be a tip or something that comes in, seeing him somewhere with that sun, and then maybe this is like the FBI, investigate that tip and go in. And it goes active. And I think then we have a very furious woman on our hands, a mother figure. Yeah. And we have all those 10s and the world. It's like this is gonna wrap up pretty darn soon. Hey, Sophie, how are you? And hello, Cecile. So good to see you guys, that you're here. Thank you guys for joining me. Yeah, because now we get the now they're going to try to make some kind of agreements. Then we're going to be looking at agreements. Protection. The family's going to try to protect him, to the living end, to the very end. But he's gonna be seen, and I think that tip will go in. I've seen this before, and I think then bigger authorities than just local come in and act, and he's going to be having to decide how he wants to do this. I don't either, Arlene. He should have been. And hi, Craig. I don't get it. I don't understand it. His mother's got some reach. I really do think, because there are people like her, I know, that when they work, they get to know people in law and stuff, and maybe they're somebody behind the curtain. I feel like it's definitely, she's trying to call on any old favors, I'm sure. I see her so much. She keeps, coming in on the reading. Hi, Maureen. Happy Halloween season. So, okay, we have seemed to concur with the cards that I do anyway, that I think he's in the southern end of the Appalachian Trail, that he's moving around there. He will be caught in the relatively, that's all I can give you again, I'm sorry, in the relatively near future. Looks like possibly a tip. Somehow he's seen or exposed. And then I see law enforcement, looks like having like FBI or somebody come in. That's what I'm getting so far. But wow, is his mother in up to the eyeballs. I wonder what they're doing with all of those laundry baskets. Yes, the cards say that his mother, she comes up all the time. I swear to God, she comes up most often as the Queen of Swords. And I'm shown that she's extremely criminally involved, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, of course, because this is a tarot channel. It's an entertainment channel. But my cards say she's guilty AF. And definitely been maneuvering whatever she can for him, and will continue to do so. So that's, not good. I'll see. How about I ask if his parents are going to be facing the law? Yes. Let's look at that. Sorry, I don't mean to shake the monitor again. I'm just an animated person, and I'm on the bed here, so you guys know it's bouncy. I don't want to do that. Okay, so let me just take a look. So will his mother, I ask the Most High and my spiritual mentors to assist me to read accurately and clearly. Will his parents, and particularly his mother, will those in his family that have aided and abetted him face legal consequences and have to pay? Will they have to bear up under legal punishment? Will Brian Laundrie's parents end up facing legal charges for aiding and abetting him? Brian Laundrie's parents get in trouble with the law for aiding and abetting him. I get the Ace of Pentacles. That makes me feel like a positive sign. This feels like Gabby, the Queen of Cups. I feel like she's coming into the reading and saying, yeah, There's the High Priestess. There are secrets. Things that are hidden. They're there, but they're veiled. They're hiding things. Brian, the King of Cups, next to the High Priestess. Okay. So she has stuff to hide. And I feel like Gabby's shown up here to say, you guys, her hands are dirty. She's helped him. She's given him money. She's given him a phone. She's given him whatever she can give him. And then I get secrets around Brian. There's secrets around Brian, and who's helping him, and that's his parents. So yeah. And here's the pressure that they're going to be under from the law. The law is going to, I think, put them in a bit of a pressure cooker. This is going to be a pressure cooker situation. They are going to be, when I think the law finally do come to them for an account, I think it's going to really hit them with that 10 of Wands. That is so heavy. And the fact that I get kind of the lawman card, the FBI feeling with this, it makes me think that the FBI are going to maybe hold them very firmly to account. If they don't, I will be so upset. And there is the King of Pentacles. I think this is maybe the lawyer. And the Two of Wands trying to, yeah, I feel like it's probably the lawyer trying to figure out a way to modify or mitigate, mediate any kind of charges, looking at them. This will go on for some time, but they're not, we get the Four of Cups and we get the Nine of Pentacles. So there's money here, and there's just kind of a lack of feeling, a boredom, not caring, not, they're not really in the here and now. They're kind of disconnected from reality. And I think they think that their money and their clout and their place in, with the people that they know in society are going to be able to help them. I've gotten this before, that I think the mother's just as deluded as her son, almost. And this is the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. This is them supporting him right to the hilt and being very worried, for that they are going to be caught and that he's going to be caught. But there's just so much, I feel like, that will show their involvement. It'll take a while, I think, to get things clear, details, because I do get refinement, moderation with this really confusing card that they have. I told you all that the Seven of Cups is pretty much their card. It is the confusion card, meant to throw out red herrings and distraction. Well, I feel like they're saying, I think that they're going to have to really question his parents. It's going to be like a real pain in the butt to get, I think, some modification out of their story that isn't with all these wild twists and turns that they've thrown to him. But I think they're going to suss it out. That's the FBI. I do. I think the parents are going to try to continue with their accounts to give misleading or vague, confusing information as much as they can. They're going to play the system. The Mother card comes up again. Oh my God, is she ever... Oh, she's a martyr. She's going to play a martyr. Like, what is she's endured. And I hope that this will be Gabby's mom piping up and saying, lady, sit down. I think this will take some time. But I do think they will be looked at for sure. I feel like this is going to, be batted back and forth with the attorneys. But I just don't think... I do think they will be able to show, actually here, now that I look at this, okay. The Knight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. I think this is them helping and supplying their son with various, time. They gave him a head start. That's also, I think, going to be found out. They already kind of know that. But I think there's other stuff like that. And they definitely aided and abetted him. And I think they will be taken and looked at very keenly with that Temperance card. And they're going to see there, look at this, the Wish card, and with the card of being outside and not within society, not accepted within society. So it makes me feel like this is showing them again how they have helped their son. Yes, and now we have the Lovers and the card of outside help. It's like an agreement and a bond. Could this be somebody that he had a past relationship with? Maybe, but I tend to think it's more of an agreement about how they would help him. And maybe and this is alleged for entertainment purposes only, I gotta think, hasn't the lawyer guided them and said, well, you could do that, but you won't get away with this, even if he doesn't, semantics. They can play around, and they're very clever with that, and that's what I feel like is going on here. And then we get the card of authority, the father figure, the emperor, and we get judgment. So this is either going to be greater authority, I think like FBI, calling them and saying, you are in trouble. Charges will be filed. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, this is a new beginning, a new energy kicking off with the Ace of Wands. And then we get death, an ending. That is crazy. There's recognition that they helped him. That Eight of Cups is the abandonment card, him abandoning Gabby. I wonder if he did it really. Y'all. Now I got to pull up my foxy hair, get my hair off my neck. I've got my energy flowing, so I'm warm. Ugh. Let me just tie up my hair for a little while, cool off. Whew. Take a little. Whew. I need to get my hand fan in here. But, oh yes, the Alexis Sharkey case. Okay, I'm going to read Julie Munson's comment because I don't have the ability to highlight it here yet. Julie says, my first husband tried to strangle me. It's true. Your life flashes before your eyes. I've always had something looking out for me. He stopped and I got out of it. I'm a lucky one. You really are, honey. You really are. I'm glad that you are here too. And Julie says, most common death in domestic abuse. Another influencer, Alexis Sharkey was strangled by her husband, and he was just found dead, right? Committed suicide, right? Well, I think Brian's going to be looking at that possibility, but I don't know that he's going to have either the time. They might drop on him before he's able to. I certainly hope so. But I see them definitely then putting, I think, his parents under the grill. I just think that it is very primal. You'd think that they would have respect. You'd think that they would say karma, but I think it shows with that 4 where I showed you guys where they had that Four of Cups and I said they're disconnected. I think they've just cut off, like, and told themselves not to feel anything with regard to her because they have to focus on helping him out. That's kind of what I'm guessing. So that is crazy. So we've got him in the southern half, floating around down there at the Appalachian Trail, and it's coming. He will be caught. And I routinely see, I'm happy to say, that they will find him. No matter what he does, what he chooses, which looks like that's still up in the air with him, I see, yes, it is, Cecile. And I've watched, I think many of us here in this chat have watched those true crime shows where we've seen the case where it's in court and the lawyers counting and having everyone stay quiet and saying, at this point, he's, strangling so-and-so. And it takes at least, I think, 5 to 10 minutes maybe. And that's a long time to manually apply. I mean, that's a lot. There's enough time for you to realize, stop, what you're doing is, you're going to kill this person. I really think that Brian was a type that could black out, go into a blackout. I think there's something very wrong with him. And I don't think his mother was terribly surprised. Because when I got the cards of, like, it looked like he contacted her after he had done it. And I feel like he called his mom. I don't think he called his dad. I think she calls the shots mostly in that family. All right, shall I go on to another case now? I was going to look at Jelani Day, and I want to just ask if the teacher that I picked up on as is connected, and I believe the suspect, if they're male or female. And because I keep getting a teacher at that campus, to be honest. So I'm just going to look. I want to know a little bit more. So I'm going to switch out. And I'm going to look now at Jelani Day. It's, yeah, I think it's just, I think she set things in motion, and by the time, she'd already done it. And I just think that father just went along with it. Though he may have been, I think, angry initially. In fact, I saw, like, I got the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands. I felt like a temper. Like, what? I get that feeling too, Cat Lady. That dad is kind of the last to know in that family, or that mom handles most of it. Shield Maiden says her ex-husband threatened to shoot her 25 years ago. It's been, yes, yeah, and it's really got to stop. This victimizing of women, it's because of toxic masculinity and other vulnerable persons, the elderly and children. So let me just see with Jelani Day. So now I'm going to switch out Jelani Day. I'm just going to picture him for a little bit here and kind of dial into the cards with him. And this is out of Illinois. He was a graduate of Illinois State University. He was going to be a doctor. And I think he may have been in his late 20s, maybe early 30s. Late 20s maybe. So let's just see. Is the person that was responsible for Jelani's death, is that person a teacher at the campus? I get a card that I'm going to say yes. I get a 5 of Swords. This is somebody that's abusive. And I do get that there was someone abusive here. And this may be a female. I do get a card that is to do about studies. It is a Page of Pentacles. I'm still not exactly sure. Let me just pull some more. Well, I do get the Page of Wands and the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is what I got in the last updated reading I did of him in connection to the person that's responsible. This card keeps coming up. And again, this speaks about wanting a certain kind of lifestyle where you're living well, you're doing well. And I think there was a female, possibly, that was connected to him that wanted that with him and didn't want him moving on. Marriage. I think somebody wanted to, yeah, they wanted him to marry them. And we get the Devil and the 9 of Wands. But there's abuse. And there's a really intense jealousy. I think maybe this person was too jealous for him, and he may have tried to step back. This person's wanting marriage and thinking he's going to be a doctor. That's what I get. That's what comes to me when I see this. Also, y'all wasn't thinking. You know what the Hierophant is? The teacher. The teacher has come up again in the cards. I do think it is a teacher. And there's a lot of jealousy. The Devil and the 9 of Wands. This person's so jealous, they're toxic. And I do get a teacher. So I asked if it was a teacher at the campus. Now that's not shown me whether it's male or female, but I think it's female. I think they felt like he had abandoned them. And again, you get this with people. When I read on like these people that do this kind of stuff, you get a lot of them that have abandonment issues. I mean, a lot of people have them. But this is like extra. Like extra. And oh my God. Look at the manipulation with the Magician and the 4 of Pentacles. This is possessiveness. This is someone highly jealous that wants to possess him or wants to hold on. Whoever did this, they were trying to hold on to something. I tend to think it was someone that thought that they were going to be with him. And they felt that he was losing interest, and I think I get that they wanted marriage and they wanted to have this great income. They had this kind of a fantasy, and I think they felt like he's not going to get away with that. He's not going to get away with that kind of thing. I think it's some kind of professor. I do. I think it's you guys. I keep getting the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is a teacher, is a professor, is somebody. And here I am asking, is it a professor? Yes, I think it is. And we get the Professor card. And we get Death, and we get the Hangman. So that to me is they put him in the water. Again, you know, I feel like that was part of a delaying tactic, also taking the plates off the car and the keys out and doing certain things to buy themselves time before they get looked at. But this is somebody I think he dated off and on. This we get this juggling card of the 2 of Pentacles, and then we get Judgment. So I think law catches up with them. And their karma catches up with them. Just a matter of time. Yeah, there's the Ace of Swords. The blood on their hands. And it's really nothing but for more of an emotional satiation. There really was no good reason. He wasn't threatening them. So we get that this was done purely out of an emotional need for satiation. That means that person did it to make themselves feel good. That's really weird and sick and so messed up. And that's why I get the devil for this person. Probably a woman. And we get the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Wands. So then they're going to try to protect themselves, because things are going to shift. There's been a delay. They've been left alone up to all this time after they've done this to him. Well, that's going to end. And they're going to go on the defense. They're going to start getting more worried. And they should. Because I do see that person will be exposed. I get a Queen of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Now, could this be Jelani's mom with the family card there? That's possible. Three of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Some news that comes quickly and they're happy. So I think they're going to bring somebody in. I think they will find the person that's responsible. And they're going to bring them in. I think Jelani's mom will be happy for that. I think it's possible too that we could be looking at a Queen of Wands. It's possible. Ooh, the Two of Cups. And a past relationship. This is somebody from his past. Somebody he knew. She might be a fire sign. Maybe. So I get it's possibly. I think it's definitely a woman. I think somebody that has teaching credentials, and they live on fantasy. And I think they had a fantasy of getting married to him, and I don't think he was interested. I think that would make sense because they say that he went missing from the campus. Now, the river's about an hour's away, I guess, from the campus. And I was thinking, well, if it is somebody that teaches on campus, how hard would it be for that person to catch up with him and shout over to him, hey, can you follow me out to my car or something? I've got something's wrong, and he might go, oh, okay. And maybe, I'm throwing theories out there, but it wouldn't be that hard to, lure him if they worked on campus and perhaps get him away. That's what I kind of think. But I got a female, I got a teacher. Somebody with teaching credentials, a woman that had a fantasy of marriage. And I keep getting that for him. So I'm going to say I'm going to settle with female, some kind of teaching person, has teaching credentials. I don't think that the only thing, we don't know. I think this person could easily have, once they got him around by the car, who knows if they have access to chloroform or something like that, stun gun maybe, just as some way to. I see him being restrained as well. And with other readings I did, I got the Eight of Swords. So I felt like they may have knocked him out in some way, maybe with a taser, or did something and bound him up. I do feel like he may have been bound. I don't know if that would be able to, if they took the restraints or something off before he went in the water. I don't know, but I do see that in some manner I feel like they had him so he couldn't move. And getting him into the water, people, if they want to do it, they'll figure a way. I think, because I got a lot of planning with this. This was something this person planned. That was the other thing. I think I already said that, though, in the reading I did a few days ago. All right, so let's see. How about we ask, will this person be exposed soon? Will the killer of Jelani Day be exposed relatively soon? Will the killer of Jelani Day, the person responsible for his death, I do not think it was an accident, folks, will they be exposed in the relatively near future? Might take a little while. We do have the 10 of Pentacles. That could be a positive. Well, actually now we get the end of one cycle. I think they're looking at, this makes me feel like I'm getting hits on all that evidence, you know, from his car, from his sad state of his remains. I'm thinking there, you know, there's a new cycle that's going to kick in with all of that. This to me is the physical evidence, because it's 10 of Pentacles, so that would be, to me, the earthly realm. And with that new start with the Ace of Wands, I feel like they're, now that they've got this established that this is him, they're figuring out the evidence they have. The Sun. Yes, this person's going to be exposed in the relatively near future. That's the card I was wanting to see. And we get the Three of Cups. So yes. So I feel like Jelani's mom will be happy with that. I mean, she can't be happy about anything else, but at least some progress. There may have been help with the mail, from a male too. This is the help card, receiving help, and maybe by a father or somebody else, maybe a family figure. Often people, I'm in trouble, gotta help me. People do, like Brian Laundrie's family. This person's family probably not that different. Somebody helping them. But I think what I get is like the FBI are going to figure it out, because I get my FBI card with the Temperance. It's just a time of you know, working that evidence, and I think we'll have good people once they get them going on that. I think that they're going to figure it out with that Temperance. Yep, and there's a bit of a surprise. It's like, oh wow, it was all about, again, what's that cup? The Nine of Cups, satisfaction. And it's childish with that Page of Cups. So it looks like this person's going to be exposed pretty soon. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see Connie Brown's question. Okay, let me see. You go up. Literally just came to this. Oh, you mean Dolly Mixture? No. Did you mean Connie Brown? Hi, Dolly Mixtures. Can you please ask? Okay, yeah. For summer, there was a vigil tonight for. Yes. Thank you for the question. Let me get a different deck. I'm gonna scrunchie this one. And I'll use the Light Seers. Yeah. Oh! That wasn't summer. That was just my ham hands. Alright. And then I'll look at Connie Brown's question. And Connie, can you repost that question that you had under Dolly's comment? All right, let me see. Summer. All right. I asked the Most High to help me to connect, if she is willing, to Summer Wells. There was a vigil for her tonight, and my viewers would like to know what she felt about that, how she's doing, if there's anything more that we need to know with regard to her case. Again, I feel like her parents, and especially Don, knows exactly what happened. He's covering up. Yeah, that's so hard. Little Summer, poor baby. I can't tell you how angry it makes me, because I have to keep my decorum on here, but trust. Okay. Summer Wells. And bring through if Summer has a message regarding from her vigil. I get that she will be found, and I've done readings on her before, and I get that she will be found. But I'll look again and I'll see what her message is, and I'll see if we can also then throw cards on when she'll be found again, because I do need to check that. So this is a good day for me just to kind of update my readings, my true crime readings, as much as I can. I'll be wiped out tomorrow, but it's all right. It's what today is for. All right, Summer Wells. I asked the Most High to share with me if Summer Wells will be found, and what any message she might have for us. Through my guides, her guides, Holy Spirit, we got it all going on. If she wants to say anything, I'm here to take down the notes. Let's see what we get, you guys. Okay, I think we can. Justice. Oh, that just kicked me in the teeth. I felt that one. Now read in pairs. She wants justice for death. And I also tend to think that this is maybe, and I'll know with the next few cards, an end coming to this, perhaps by law enforcement. It could also be that. But that is without question that she wants and she will have justice. She is aware from the other side. I feel like she has grown-up adult beings around her to help her. Just see if I get more. She's happy where she's at because she's got people that pay attention to her. But she wants this to be done with and ended here on Earth. Okay. I was just kind of opening up my channel for a minute. All right. Oh my God, you guys. Sometimes y'all just can't. The Three of Wands and the father figure, the Emperor. In the future, him watching. I think watching the search Or this could also be them searching for her. This could also be authorities. And that father, her dad, I know he's going to be the one they haul in. The Page of Cups is a child and a surprise. Be childishness. And the Page of Wands. It's very child energy. And there's activity. I think they're going to question him about her. I mean, they've already been looking at all their crap. We know that. Why is this man out? Why isn't he in jail? 3 of Cups. And the Hangman. This is about the delay in satisfaction. This is the delay in her being found. Okay, so we're being shown that. She's wanting to address that, and she's saying it's deceit. It's a cover-up. This is shady. And this is Page of Swords. This is like I just feel like there's something, maybe digital data or something, but there's some kind of information here about deceit that will show or prove to be deceitful. And, you know, the father's going to be in trouble. 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. Freedom. Doesn't look like the freedom's going to... Looks like an end to freedom. With a heavy 10 of Wands. Yep. Abuse. And this is the topic of, I think, abuse that will be discussed by society. Needs to be, she's saying it needs to be discussed by society. There's abuse. This is a card of being abused. Also neglect. So, but it's going back, in my opinion, to the dad. Queen of Swords and a Queen of Pentacles. I'm wondering if that's her mother and grandmother. 6 of Cups. Yeah, that's... And the Hermit. So this is to do with the past. And I think they put her, this is her, they put her body someplace more remote. Okay, with the Hermit, they're going to be searching again, I think. But it definitely, she's letting us know that they've put her in a remote place, maybe pretty hard to find. She is in a remote place. The 8 of Swords, this is about restraint, under some kind of physical restraint, could not able to move. And Temperance. A modification, there's a need of being restrained. I don't know. Was this another case of somebody losing their temper and needing to implore some self-control within themselves or something? Because this is about that there needs to be less restraint. There needs to be less holding someone down or something along this. Or it could be also him taking him into taking him into, I hope, jail. Oh, Ace of Swords. So then there's going to be clarity. So we see that they're trying to figure out something. I think the placement of where she is, something. I think they probably will find her, though. He may finally get something. Because I'm getting the Ace of Swords and the Six of Wands, and that is recognition. And to me, it's almost, I'm very hopeful that it is discovery of this remote location that we were shown. And that they need to fine-tune, maybe bring him in and hold him for a while and question him for a while till they get something that starts to, that they can take a bigger crack open with. I don't know, but I see them figuring out where she is eventually with that Six of Wands. It will be clear abundantly. And when I've gotten this card, I got this kind of card for Gabby before when she was, you know, where she was. I got that kind of stuff. So I think Summer will be found, but it's going to be a while yet. But look what she says. She's letting us know with the Justice and the Death card. Also, I think that there will be justice for her eventually. I hope that's okay, you guys. Now, let's see. Connie Brown, did you have a question? I'm going to roll this back and see if I can find that, because I thought somebody said you did. If you didn't, okay, let me see. So sorry, Connie. Let me see. Let me get your question, Connie. Cecile, let's see. Where is Connie's question? Connie, can you repost your question? If you had one, because I'm not able to find it here. So I'm just going to ask you if you'd please be so kind. Yeah, the deck that I used for Summer, this deck, where we have that really cool double image of Justice, this is the Light Seers Tarot. Very popular deck. It's a very good deck. And it's not expensive. It's not like a really pricey deck. It's a good deck. Yeah, the Scott Petersons and the Chris Watts of these people that, you know, they don't want to have, when it comes down to facing up for something that they did, they don't want to have to account. They want the rest of the world to just forget about it. They want to try and tire us out. It's so annoying. So Connie Brown, are you still here? Did you have a question? Does anybody else know what Connie Brown's question was? It's going to bother me that I couldn't find it. Yeah, the answer is to stop the masculine energies suppressing the powerful feminine healing energies. Yeah, because they're threatened by them. They're threatened, but they think that if women are given any recognition or the same ground, that we would do what they've done. And no. That's why the ones that are so toxic, they're fearful. They're fearful men. They're not men who are comfortable with the likes, say like Ron. He's comfortable with who he is. He doesn't do that kind of stuff. She asked about the soldiers being killed at Fort Hood. Okay, her cousin's son was killed. All right, I will look at that for sure, because I did look at one of the ladies from, oh darn, her name's on the tip of my tongue. I can see her face. Sure. I will look at Fort Hood. I've looked at that before when I was reading on, oh, like I said, I can't remember her name right now. It's on the tip of my tongue, and it makes me upset that I'm blanking. But what I did get with that reading was that Fort Hood is in trouble. Fort Hood is a hot mess. They got a lot of bad people in there that are retaining power and that they're not gotten rid of, that are just scooting this stuff under the rug, not doing their duty. So I'll look at Fort Hood. Let me just dial in Fort Hood. And let's look at her cousin's son, Connie Brown. I hope you're here, Connie. I'm sitting back because I got to sit back for a minute. My back starts to hurt. Connie Brown's cousin's son, Fort Hood. Let's look at him. So I ask the Most High to assist me, read accurately and clearly. And Connie Brown's cousin's son at Fort Hood. What can you tell me about that? What do we need to know? What does Connie need to know about her cousin's son at Fort Hood that passed? So what do we need to know about his passing in Fort Hood? All right. Yes, I was thinking of Vanessa. I'm watching true crime documentaries. Oh yeah, those are interesting. All right, I'm going to look at Connie Brown's cousin's son and the circumstances around his death, and I'm just asking the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, just to show us what we need to know. The universe to show us what we may not be aware of. So I'm going to try. There's help. I think whoever is responsible had help. Asked for help, got help to cover it up. First thing, yeah. And this is the Two of Wands because they're trying to secure something for their future. But there's a plan too. Within this picture of the Two of Wands, there's a map with a little VW bug type thing, and there's a globe. And there's looking to travel or go somewhere. Did this person bounce after they did this? Somebody helped them. Somebody helped them come up with this plan. Maybe they were concerned this person was going to say something, that the cousin's son was going to say something. Looks like this person that did it had help. This was planned. Yes. Page of Swords. And Temperance. So it looks like there needs to be reevaluation of details with that case. Something needs to be fine-tuned with the Temperance. There's something that is not, maybe there's been the doctoring of evidence or information with that Temperance, because something's not right there. Okay. The Knight of Swords and the Empress. Could someone's mother have helped them? Because I'm kind of feeling like that, and it feels to me it's a Knight of Swords, so it's somebody I feel like that's probably anywhere in their 20s to and up to 35 potentially, but no more than that in all likelihood. And I do feel like this may have had to do with something of value, quite possibly. The Empress is also about abundance. It can be about I don't know if there's a wife or a mother. We're getting a mother, wife, figure brought up. I don't know if somebody did this and the mother helped them, but it almost feels to me more like this is something of value. And a lot. I don't know what the son did there, but it's possible he saw, but this is the cards that were before also. He may have come across information, maybe somebody was, just those cards before, helping themselves, like embezzling, is what I'm getting. And this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only because I'm just using cards. The word cover up came to mind, Bright Opal. I mean, same. I don't know anything about the cousin's case, but it looks like it. Because I think it's something that somebody was doing something very lucrative, and it looks like it was a young man, and they wanted to keep the gravy train, I feel like, going. This looks like it's about money, or about some kind of like embezzling. Somebody definitely had help in planning whatever happened to him. The World and the Ten of Wands, yeah. Ending, I feel like ending his journey, ending his life. And I would say with that Ten of Wands, that would be a lot of violence around his death. Very violent. I don't know anything of this. The Moon, there's that cover up. And abandonment. Was he left out? Like out in the open? Because this is what this tends to be, like somebody did a crime, and to cover up, it looks like them helping themselves to some sort of fiscal beneficial setup. And I don't know if he found out about it or if they were worried or something, but it looks like somebody wanted to make sure that they got a lot of, I feel like it's to do with money. Maybe not having to pay something back. That could also be it. And this is definitely like they used some kind of, tried to cover it up for sure. And it looks like they would have left him out there. Exactly. Cat lady. Yep. So I'm getting that Connie Brown's cousin's son was set up. It looks like somebody was getting some extras, okay, that they really like to keep. And I don't know if he was aware fully of this or not. The Ace of Wands, ooh, and the Knight of Wands. This is very, then we get a lot of, this is activity, taking action. So he may have been ready to, they may have been concerned he was going to take action. He may have had it in mind to do so, or this could also be showing anger and definitely striking out, you know, to do something to him. Because I see the planning. These people disgust me. I see a Queen of Cups, and there is judgment. Maybe this is the mother of the casting judgment on the person. Or a conscience. They don't have a conscience. Who is this? Maybe it's somebody in their family that does. Maybe a girlfriend. Maybe even a mother. It's like she's really intuitive, this Queen of Cups, and there's judgment with her in regard to this case. It's like she intuitively knows something. Probably his mom. Like knowing that her baby, what would, you know, given whatever details they know that we don't know. The Sun, and there was deceit. The Sun, hits on and exposes deceit in the Seven of Swords. So this is an exposure of some kind of definite. This dude was set up. And I don't know if this is money like that comes overseas or something or somehow, but I feel like there is some kind of, I don't know, something of value. And, you know, that could be anything, frankly. But I feel like this was, somebody had a cushy deal and they didn't want him, I feel like, to end that. Or maybe they wanted all of it. You know, I don't know what was going on, to be fair. It could be drugs, yeah. Usually, though, when I get that, there's other certain cards that usually kind of come around the substancy feeling, and I didn't really get that. But that doesn't mean. Three of Pentacles, more than one person involved, and it could be members of the public. This could be people that, there could be a couple of people that are not members of Fort Hood. There are civilians that do live on Fort Hood. That is one of the problems that they cite with that place. So I'm getting, I think it was somebody that was, I think, there may have been somebody that was involved in the military as well, but it looks to me like this person may have had help by what would be considered civilians, because there's more than one person responsible for his death. This person had two other people to help them, or at least one. More than one person. And it looks like a civilian. Yeah. They manipulated things. They got help. And they helped them cover it up. Probably paid them with something. And this is a total cover-up. So Connie, you can tell your cousin that I see a cover-up. And there might be somebody married that is connected here, or that there's a married couple. There might be a married couple. That would make sense if one of them was in the service and the other one wasn't and is a civilian. I get the Hierophant there. This feels like a married couple. So we know more than one person involved. They had help. Maybe this is a married couple. Maybe they were getting some kind of benefit extra from whatever, and maybe they were concerned that he was going to report them or something along these lines. It could be drugs as well. I don't know. We are on to the oh, my brain just blanked. Fort Hood. We're looking at Fort Hood, and Connie Brown has a family member that their son was killed at Fort Hood. And I'm getting it was a cover-up. And I'm getting it's about somebody having a benefit they didn't want to lose. There was some earthly benefit, whether it be drugs or money or both. You know, hard to say, but they didn't want to lose that avenue that they had, and I guess they thought he was either gonna blab or something. So I hope that that is helpful, and Connie Brown, if you want to talk to me about that privately, just send me an email. Usually in the description box, I make sure that my email is in there, and it says contact, and it's Maijastarot@gmail.com. Yeah, we already did the dirty laundry. Got the laundry done. Okay, how about I look at Walker County Jane Doe? Because that has been requested a great deal. And then, where are we at with this live? Yeah, that will be perfect because we are almost at the 2 hour mark. We have 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some cards on Walker County Jane Doe. This has been requested by a very patient viewer. Now I hope you'll catch this. We're going to look at Walker County Jane Doe. Now, Walker County Jane Doe, she was a young lady that, if you don't know the case, she was, let me see, let me just pull up some deets real quick. Brian Dirty Laundry, Filthy Laundry. I just think it's kind of, the one thing I do take kind of some sense of satisfaction in is that they got all these dang laundry baskets that they got to deal with. Those people. All right. So let's just I want to get Walker County Jane Doe up here so I can refamiliarize myself and you with her case. Now, I used to read on this case before I had my channel, and I would just fill notebooks on true crime cases as I was learning the tarot. Okay. Now, apparently she's been... Has she been found? No, they're still trying to figure out who she was. Okay, so let me just fill you in with her details here about this case. She could be anywhere between 14 to 17 years of age. Huntsville, Texas, 1980. A truck driver found the body of a girl about 16 years old, lying face down and naked near the Sam Houston National Forest in Walker County, Texas, about half a mile south of the FM 1696 exit near Huntsville. She had been horribly beaten, sexually assaulted, before dying of a slow strangulation. Her face and body were covered with bruises from beatings, and there was a human bite mark on her back near her right shoulder. She was sexually assaulted with a blunt instrument. Okay, so when the murder was reported in local media, several people came forward to say they'd seen a teenager matching her description the day before her body was found. One witness, the manager of a gas station, positively identified the victim as a girl who had been at the station around 6:30 p.m. Halloween night. Wow, so this is, I didn't even know that the timing of the year, we're at the right time of year for this. Yeah, this is another thing that gives me little goosebumps. Okay, so it was Halloween night, and she was last seen at a gas station, 6:30 p.m. She had been dropped off at the station by a white male driving a blue 1973 or 1974 Chevrolet, possibly a Caprice. She was wearing blue jeans, a yellow t-shirt, white button-up sweater with big pockets that hung below her waist, and she was carrying high-heeled sandals in her hand, and she looked somewhat disheveled, like she had been traveling, perhaps sleeping in her clothes. The gas station manager, she asked for directions to the Ellis Prison Unit near Huntsville, and then she left the station, walking north on Sam Houston Avenue. A waitress working at the Hitchin Post truck stop on Interstate 45 said the girl came into the restaurant the same evening and again asked for directions to the Ellis Prison Unit, saying she had a friend there. And the waitress asked her how old she was, and the girl responded 19. The waitress thought that was an obvious lie and asked the girl if her parents knew where she was. And the young girl replied, "Who cares?" The waitress asked her where she was from. The girl replied, the Aransas, Passport, Rockport, Texas area, which is apparently near Corpus Christi. Authorities interviewed every inmate at the Ellis prison unit, and none of them admitted, of course, to knowing her. Extensive inquiries in the Aransas Pass Rockport area have been unsuccessful, and she does not appear in any of the high school yearbooks from the Aransas Pass Rockport area for that era. She was 5'6", weighed 105 pounds, had long, wavy, light brown hair, and possibly brown or hazel eyes. And there's more, but I'm going to go ahead and read on her now. And just end out the live and see what we can get on her and see if she will be identified soon. Now, somebody said, I think Nell said that the family, now I haven't been able to verify this, but somebody had said the family had, that she had been identified, but I can't find that. Maybe I just didn't look hard enough. But I just want to see what the cards want to say about her. Give her a chance, give her a voice. And to find out if she will be positively identified and have that be made public. Now that may not happen, just like with the young man that there was another cold case that I followed, and he was identified, but the family didn't want him publicly being, and therefore he wasn't, they weren't publicly bothered, that they didn't want to have people asking them questions and stuff. It's too painful. So let's just take a look at Walker County, Jane Doe. So she was walking along that roadway, so vulnerable. What do we need to know about Walker County, Jane Doe? And will she be publicly identified? I'm going to thank you guys for sticking with me for about 2 hours of this. I'm going a little bit over, but that's okay. No? Oh, I'm still within my time frame. All right. I don't have my glasses on, so it's all, squishy, squinty. Walker County, Jane Doe. What do we need to know about her? I feel like I'm dialing into her. I'm starting to sweat again. Ooh. Looking for help. 6 of Pentacles. I also feel like there's an exchange of money. Yeah, look at this. So here she is as a runaway. If that doesn't look like a runaway, I don't know what does. Looking for help to have someone take her to that, or to tell her how to get there. Look at that. That is crazy. And we are shown a young girl who has heavy baggage with that 10 of Wands walking along a road in the middle of nowhere. I think we're picking up on her. Okay, let's see what the cards want to tell us about her. I'm just leaving it open because I don't know. And again, I want to thank you guys. Now we're getting a King of Wands. I believe this is the man responsible. Yep, and the Ace of Wands. I get the words violent fantasy. And I think sexually attracted to minors. We get the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. Now she's indicating, this is from her, something about her past and her childhood. It was very emotional. I think that's why she left. Maybe she's trying to tell us why she ran away. Maybe fighting, arguing, it's that intense time as well. Maybe her home life wasn't so great. Or something changed. This King of Wands, Ace of Wands, could also be whoever it was that was in the prison. Quite possibly. Because the way the cards go, we got the girl on the road who's wanting and asking help, directions, right? And then we get the King of Wands. Now, is this the person that picked her up and did beat her and assaulted her? Or is this the man that she was trying to get to? I tend to think this is somebody she was trying to get to, and somebody she may have known or had a connection to in her past. The Three of Wands and the World. This is like, to me, I'm feeling the weighting of identification, because this is the ending, right? The World is the last card of the journey. It's the end of your journey. And yet we get a card kind of the future, of looking into foresight, with that Three of Wands for future events to take place. Let's see what else I'm getting on here. Knight of Cups and Four of Pentacles. This is, I think, somebody's unwanted advances and taking control of her. Because remember, I got the feeling that this person has a thing for the runaways. Oh God. We got the Devil. Thank you. We got the Devil and Justice. So this to me, ugh. I wonder, was this somebody connected to law enforcement? Somebody that's not a good officer? That's what I'm getting from this Devil image. Ugh. Temptation. Oppression. Justice. She wants justice. A magician. Somebody that's able to manipulate. And they may have done this to other females. Maybe even, sometimes when I get this, I get like, this is like more victims. There may be two other people that he did this to, two other women. I think this person has some knowledge of justice. If they aren't, I don't know if this is them being in jail or being, taken in for other crimes. Maybe just not hers. But I think she's a part of somebody that was serial. It is. Whew, that one like blew my doors off. And my daughter came in the front door. Yeah, exposure here. The Two of Cups. Could this be the prisoner as well, the criminal that she was that was in the prison? She's seeking, maybe that person will be identified as being the one that she was linked to, her quote-unquote friend that she was. Maybe that will come out with the Sun. There's a cover-up involved. So that makes me think that maybe it is, and we get an abuser, somebody that's abusing. I think girls, look. That they killed women before. They just cover it up so they didn't get caught. I think they have done time for these kinds of assaults and stuff. Luring people, luring girls. That's what I'm picking up about the perpetrator. Oh, that they put on the front too of somebody that's got a comfortable life. The 10 of Pentacles, I'm sorry, the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. The freedom of those girls. Walking the, doing, I think this person felt like they had some right to do this. It's just some weird doolally idea about them and their ability to do what they want. This was a serial rapist, I believe. 2 of Swords and the Queen of Wands. There may be a victim out there or somebody that might have some details that they've not come forward with. It might be somebody that was married to this person. It could be somebody that dated him. It could be even somebody that just knew of this person. But I feel like there's a woman that might suspect, but she didn't come forward with the information with that 2 of Swords, because there's kind of like not telling, not talking. Page of Pentacles and Ace of Swords. So I think there was an event maybe in their youth. Maybe that's going to come out. If it hasn't come out by now, though. Well, I get a Queen of Cups and Judgment. I see them Temperance. There's something that needs to be worked out about, I think, the location. The 5 of Cups. No, it's like, who has this mentality? Extremes. Yeah, I think this person's been locked up for other stuff, just not admitting her as theirs. This is definitely work of a serial person. It's done this to more than one person. Let me just take these cards and I'll end it out and just say, will this person ever be exposed? I don't know if they will. Looks like they've been in jail for other stuff, which doesn't surprise me. Similar things. So we'll end this out, and I'm just going to say, will this individual that is responsible ever be identified? I get the 8 of Wands. This is activity. See, look what I do to my cards. This is not good. I have to glue that down again. And the Moon. There's somebody really covered their trail. This makes me think it even more likely that it could have been somebody that had worked in law enforcement at one point. 4 of Cups, or has working knowledge of it, maybe as a buff or something. And I think they did this more than once, maybe a couple other times at least. And we get the 4 of Cups and Judgment. So it's either going to take a really long time or maybe not. I think it's solvable, but there needs to be probably expensive testing or some kind of testing, something done on her, to do with her. I think is more than one person that has an idea of who it is responsible here. Of who it is that was responsible. But I see with the Eight of Cups that this is an MO of abandoning them in such a way. And a cycle of time. So there may have been other crimes around that era that bore a striking resemblance in the MO. King of Cups. I get the King of Cups. So, and he might even be married or have been married. It's confusing. But I get a king. That's the one male card I get. And this is something that goes back to childhood with him. Something really messed up. So I'll end it there. I'm not quite sure. I think he could be, but I think it could be a long time. I tend to more think that it may not come through, but it looks like this person, I'm hopeful that I'm wrong, but I think this person is responsible for her, and I think they're responsible for a couple of other girls, at least. It doesn't look like they're active anymore. Looks like their life cycle may have ended as well, maybe behind bars, but I think there are people that know or suspect certain individuals. Maybe there's people in law enforcement that think, I like so-and-so for it, but I can't come out and say it, or, what have you. Oh, Daisy, you'll have to just email me it and tell me about it, or you can just leave it in the comments down here. All right, you guys, I'm going to end this out because I'm starting to lose my voice. And hey, I did pretty good. It's only 7 minutes after 2, so after 2 hours, so that's pretty good, huh? All right, you guys, thank you so much for making this True Crime Live really interesting. And I think that I may do this, if not every Thursday, maybe every other Thursday. We'll see how it goes. And what say you? It seems like I got quite a few viewers here that I normally get. So it looks like this is something people want to see. Sharon Sipe, I think she's probably talking. She's one of my mods. Okay, guys, I'm going to send you out with a little bit of Reiki. Since that was some heavy duty stuff, I think we all need to take a shower and like sage and use our Palo Santo and say the cleansing prayers. Okay, so let's get that wonderful chi energy that's going to come in. I'll send you guys out with some positive, unconditional love. And we're going to send that to all victims of crimes, no matter what. Send out that love. My center of my palms actually feeling warm. That's weird, but cool. Okay. Bye. I'll see you guys. Maybe Sunday, maybe before then. I might pop up. You never know. We'll have to see how tired I am after this. Maybe not, because I have videos I want to do. But I got a lot of that done, so I can work on the Halloween stuff. That's what I'm going to work on next. Yes! Who loves Halloween? I love Halloween. Black Cat, Tarot, Halloween, yes.